Okay, I'm back in Linux Mint. I wanted to go back to calculate Linux, then I figured out my VirtualBox install on Linux Mint never showed. There is no VirtualBox coming. I think I installed almost everything possible from VirtualBox, but I just don't get one. I can't have it. That's what I'm saying. You know, Linux Mint is supposed to be fool safe, right? Or newbie friendly and all that stuff. How come I can't get VirtualBox? Let's see what happens if I say VirtualBox on the terminal. Currently not installed. That's not really true. Because if you look in my... do they have a software center? Oh yeah, there's something else running. Do they have a software center? Software manager. That could be it, right? Or I might just complain because I'm doing an update here. But this video is not about... oh, there's a VirtualBox. I will install it from here. Maybe that will do. If I try to install it from Synaptics and I installed whatever I could, first the normal usual install, which works everywhere, didn't show here. Then I added some other stuff, didn't show either. That's why I rebooted again, because last time I was here in Mint, I installed some more stuff and still no show. So I will push this button soon to see if that helps and shows and comes up. But that video is not really about Linux Mint here. I did the install from MX17 on a USB stick, and that's a Alexa USB 3 32GB USB stick on my Asus VGL, I think 753 gaming laptop, which has all around USB 3 ports and a i7 CPU and 16GB of RAM. And I'm not blessed. It's a sluggish, slow system. I just installed Basilisk, like I always do. When I change the icon, I have to wait almost 1 minute until this gets accepted and I can continue doing something. So these very, very long breaks, I have them very, very, very often, which makes working impossible to me. I can't sit and wait a minute for something to happen. It's too much. I mean, my mileage varies. I have no idea why at my point, what the heck is a USB 3 USB stick? I installed it twice. I said, hey, look, you know, you maybe didn't plug it properly in and you made a mistake. Just fix it. Do it again. And I did it again and I have the same results. I even then tried to go in in non-static so that everything just goes in RAM and nothing gets really written down. And I've got the same sluggish, very slow, unworkable system. I mean, unworkable. All of a sudden, if you, let's say you open Chromium, bam, it's there. Then you start something else like File Manager and doom, there comes your minute or two to wait. Or, you know what I mean? You can't work with something like that. It's not possible. It's unworkable. I haven't even checked what my channel is doing. I mean, I saw the messages coming in, but I didn't see it here on the browser. I just saw it on my emails. Isnix. He should have an easier name like DZ Me Linux. About everybody can say that, right? But Isnix, I break my tongue. You got to name your channel different. Yeah. So to make it easier for my tongue to pronounce your name. So yeah, go just restore. And he said something, you know what, just put it on a solid state drive and USB. I should have more success with that, right? And he should be... Here, Isnix commented, I would use an external SSD drive rather than a USB stick. The external SSD would just be portable, quicker and more reliable, which is totally true. And I might have to go that route because my USB stick experience varies a lot. Better install it direct on a pen drive and plug and play any CPU using the first boot selection option. I could try that. I mean, I'll do it another try. I'll do it another time, and I just install it as normal. Maybe I'm better off with that. So I will tell him. Soon is because I have to finish my driving instructor training, today I do 2 more hours. I think then I have 3 or 4 left, and then this is it. Then I have to go and then I have to train 2 people out of the city pretending to be teenagers. That will be interesting. And then I'm a driving instructor. I don't know if it makes sense to buy my own car and stuff like that. I'm looking into it, and I don't know. That village here is too small to run a business of it. I have no idea. So I should have VirtualBox here now. Let's see if that pops up. Yeah, this works. Okay. You know, for what reason soever, I could not install it with... shouldn't it show up? Oh yeah, here it is. For what reason soever, I could not install it properly with Synaptics, which never gave me trouble, but here it just didn't work. So, but it works, so nothing to complain, because most people most likely go here and then click, 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 and have their stuff running. Yeah, with MX17 on a USB stick, as the install shown by Dolphin and his wife, not working for me, by no means, absolutely not. And I mean, I was looking in Portoise, or Portoise, whatever you could pronounce it, but and in Puppy, Senior Puppy, but that's not what I was looking for. I wanted to have a different, you know, I'm an XFCE guy, and I would like to keep what I'm using for now. Maybe i3. I could be tempted to change to i3, but I haven't done enough experience with it to become more fluent and happy and stuff like that. And by the way, guys, I got in my car yesterday going to work, wanted to go to work, and I said, how the heck do I have brown eyes in my car? Do I have a window open, or what happened here? I had a full-blown can of Coke. It looked like a balloon. Luckily, it is always here -15 at least. So it was all ice, so I could just brush it off instead of getting it in my feet and stuff like that. Dang, 2 cans of Cokes actually were down. Ah, what a loss, you know. However, so my advice, if your wife comes home and you have to put your car outside instead of the garage, get your cans of Coke out, because they're blue. Yeah, very sad experience. No, I just what it is. So, yeah, I'm disappointed. I really saw, when I saw in Dolphin's video, I said, oh dear me, you just click here, ching, ching, ching. You have a full-blown operating system on a USB stick, and it works just fine. And it doesn't. The first glitch I had was when I installed it and I booted up, you have to select the sizes of your file system, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then I had a root password, and then I had a user password, and it boots up without asking you for a password. What? How does this work? So I thought, yeah, you know, it's because you had the USB stick in somehow, whatever. No, it just boots up without asking for the password. So everybody who has that stick can just boot it up. The only thing when it asks for a password is when it needs root privileges. But my user password I have given is good for nothing, because you don't need it. You can just fire up. That is not very secure to me. So I don't know what that is, but I'm not blessed with using MX17 on a USB stick whatsoever. So now people told me, you know, why don't you just install an operating system normally on your USB stick? And you know what I might be just doing? I might just try this Linux Mint. I mean, yes, it's a little bit blown, I guess. Might be even too big, I don't know. Because for some reason, these systems get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I wonder where the files come from. I mean, here I added ISO files, that makes some difference. But if I look at the partition, this is a BTRFS. By the way, while we are talking about BTRFS, let's have a look at timeshift. So here you can see that's timeshift first. You see, every time I boot up, that's boot, and that's the daily thing. So it gives me some ideas, right? What it is doing, and it's always just a few megabytes. And trust me, it will add up in time. It will take space too. See, here's 221.5 megabytes. So I would think, and here A48, I will have a gigabyte soon coming up, because here's 104, 104, 97, 53. So that will take space too. So that's to consider, right? You might have to delete some stuff, snapshots, but not yet. Or I have to set my interval for a little bit smaller. That would do too. So this is my Linux Mint installation here. Shift backup. Okay, look, they even call it time shift backup. Oh, okay, so it makes a folder. Mount. You know what? Let's have a look. I did not know it does this. So we go to mount. Time shift. Backup. Home. Me, myself, and I. Alright. I installed that, so I got these files. That's interesting. I thought BTRFS, usual. Maybe it just makes it visible. Usual BTRFS is not really copying the files, it just makes an entry in a journal to recover it. Alright, but you see here, I've got 55 GB and 38 already used. Having said this, lots of them will be ISOs. No, the ISOs are not even here. But my Synology drive, I think there I got quite some data. Yeah, 21 GB. Okay, culprit discovered. It's you, Dirk. You're the culprit. However, disappointment with MX17. What the heck? Why? Why in a word do I have this kind of experience? I mean, the insecurity is already something which disqualifies. Everybody can use that USB stick. It drops, somebody picks it up, puts it in, boots it up, it's in your system. The password protection did not work. I don't know. Glitch in the system? I don't know. But it doesn't, yeah, as I said, you can plug it in, boot it up, and you're full in my system. So you have email access and stuff like that. Just like that. So that's not acceptable. Then, if that wouldn't be enough, it is for one icon. Like, you know, when I create my launcher, blah blah blah, and there's no icon, I just go to my icon thing, which is in my home folder on the USB stick, and it takes 1 minute. 1 minute from when I've chosen that icon, and then I press OK to come back to the create a launcher entry. 1 minute. And my installations, when I run updates, forever, man, that took long. I actually just let the machine run and went up and watched movies and everything, and then I came down, it was still not done, and it's forever. And my USB stick is not very old, it hasn't been overwritten a lot, it is USB 3, I made sure it's in a USB 3 slot. I thought maybe Dirk, you made something wrong with installation, it's just, to me it's a nightmare. So I will try to install, and I won't install MX17 this time, I will just install here Linux Mint and see how that goes. Let's have a look. I mean, if that runs the same sluggish and slow, even though I'm going in a different installation mode, then we will see. Then maybe it's my USB stick. It's kind of a little bit troubleshooting, yeah, to see what's going on here, because I do not understand. However, did you guys try the installation mode from MX17, and did you find out these troubles too? Did that take forever? I used static all, and then later I just tried everything, you know, just in memory and save it later. I forgot what that was called. Yeah, but the same sluggish maneuvers. Everything just took forever, and not everything. You can open one up or two. Then you open up your file manager and bam, the whole system stands still. It's like frozen. It's working, but it works like you have half a CPU left, half a core. Yeah, it's just this, the not multi-threading, it's just one thread running the system. That's how it feels. And I should have something like 8 here, so that should do, right? And yeah, and the CPU is not doing much, and you can't see any much actions. It's just, to me, not acceptable. Not only the security risk that everybody can plug that USB stick in, that's a huge danger. I mean, that's like, running Firefox, or better, Windows 10, everybody has access. Dirk, you naughty boy, what did you do here? However, Cut a short story long. That's one my 1 minute videos. MX17 on a USB stick does not work for me, and in a moment I just installed enough. I don't want anymore in a moment to install it on a USB stick because it takes forever. Yeah, I mean, at least with MX17 it took forever to set it up. So, and that's what I never understood. Copying my, I think it was 1 gigabyte with cache and everything, my Thunderbird folder, I copied that over. That went fast. But don't you dare run your file manager, whoa, or something else. If you've reached a certain limit, you just have a browser open and then you open something else, damn, the system is down. It takes for long to respond. It's like all of a sudden running on 1 CPU core. No, not 1 CPU core, 1 thread of a CPU core. That's it, that's how it runs, and that is totally not acceptable. You can rather run a C64 or something like that, a Commodore, or a Game Boy, which is a rocket, compared to what I experienced here. So that was it for MX17 being my mobile office. It's disqualified for now. Maybe I should give it a chance and install it on a USB stick, but the normal way, of course, without a swap file. If somebody's still listening, let me know, guys. Let me know what would you think. Should I try MX17 on the same USB stick? Not MX17. Yeah, on the same USB stick as a normal install. Should I try Linux Mint as a normal install and just see how that goes before I disqualify my USB stick? I mean, I have to do that anyway then. So I don't know. And did you ever do it? Did you have the same experience? Yeah, I don't know. I've got absolutely weird outcomes here. I've got no security because password is just didn't get asked for. It just boots in nicely without any trouble. Yeah, and then it runs super sluggish, absolutely super sluggish. But not in the beginning. You open a browser, that works. You open a file manager, doing. You pull the brake in full swing. So, yeah, not acceptable. Can't work. It's not. You can't work with something like that. It's not possible. So I wonder if I'm just the unlucky Dirk here, which has this unluck twice, or whatever it is. I have no idea. Or did this happen to you guys too? Then what did you do? How do you run your kind of mobile office? I mean, solid state drive, it's a bit bigger again. You need an enclosure and have the cables flying around. So the USB stick would be actually really nice. And I mean, USB 3 should do it, right? I mean, I always have a backup because I run here my Synology drive. I run that, and that would do, right? So I could just work with it. That would back up my data, so if the stick ever goes down or breaks, doesn't really matter because everything else is on my network access storage. So I would just need the convenience of having my operating system with me. But so this is it. I cut that video short, guys. I have to prepare for my next 2 hours driving, then I have to go to work. And man, guys, I had to sit down with that manager. And he, let's say, is a hockey coach. It makes you wonder if he would get his goalkeeper out to play in the front to strengthen his weakness. So why is not a Olympian slide driver being a hammer thrower or a high jump or anything like that? Because they're not good in it. And if you tell somebody, look, that's not my cup of tea, I'm not good in it, then you should actually accept this and say, okay, you know, this guy knows his restrictions, his strengths and weaknesses. Let's use his strengths, right? You want the strengths of people, not the weakness. You want to run a Formula 1 team. Yeah, it's not that you get the how can I say this? The guy who holds the flag to change the tires on a Formula 1, because then you lose. So there's a logic running I do not understand, but maybe I'm too much thinking like a computer, you know, optimize, go the logical way, but, you know, I don't know. I had to vent this. I trust everybody of you had this experience too, that you meet people where you think, what the heck is going on here? However, this is it. I cut that video short. Let me know about MX17 and your experience. How should I proceed? I mean, should I really just install MX17 as normal, or should I just skip it fully with my experience and go and check the Linux Mint out on that USB stick? I have no idea. To me, this is a miracle in a bad way, because it's just not working. and I wanted it to work. Dang. Okay, guys, have a good day. Because for me it's now 8:30, and at 10 is my hours are starting, and then I have to go home, eat quick, and go back to work. Get scrutinized. Yeah, I don't like that usually. You know, that's usually when I would like to throw the towel. If I like to go to work. I'm in a good mood. Customer like me to see me. They get good advice. Everything is fine. And then if somebody is spoiling the whole thing, then I don't really want to work there anymore. What for? You know, I don't want to go to a place where I feel really unhappy. It is demotivating. It takes my energy out, and then I'm not doing a good job. And I don't want that in my life. You know, life is too short to screw it up with. I don't know what people do. Yeah. I think when I got my driving instructor in my pocket and see what's coming, I might just throw the towel down. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to go to a place where I feel bad for doing a good job. You know, my goal is, yesterday for example, is selling something, let's say, for $1,600. So I turned over at least 5.5. And then I get scrutinized for selling not a bottle with foam in it. What the heck? I'm not a foam bottle selling guy, and I made that very clear in the interview. I told them my strengths, I told them my weakness, and I told them when they came with that bottle, say, hey, look, that's not me. That I'm not selling that stuff because I'm not good in it, and it won't work, and it didn't work. Yeah. See, if I would be lazy, that would be okay. If somebody says, you know what, you're lazy twat, you should have worked harder. That's okay, but I did my job. But I don't know. So it really makes me not want to go to work anymore. So that means I have to skip that there soon, very soon, because I don't want to live an unhappy life. Life is too short to throw away my happy days, right? Yeah, funny thing is that customers then said, oh, this is such a delight when you are here. That made me feel good, but what does it help me if I live in an environment where I feel every minute watched and micromanagement and feel bad just because I have a limit, like everybody else? I can't do that, and because I can't do that, it makes me feel very uncomfortable, and then I don't want to do this. And if you get forced to it, that's the time where I think we have to cut out and say thank you very much, but if that's so important to you, I was the wrong man. You shouldn't have employed me. You should have listened in the interview what I told you about strengths and weakness. Yeah, I'm very close to just skip it. Maybe today is my last day, maybe Saturday, because Saturday they want me to again to run around with that bot. I cannot believe this. I mean, mankind's stupidity, and how do these people get up in a ladder? I mean, when I did my job education in Germany, we talked about human capital. You know, that means when you train somebody and you have all the knowledge, everything is in that guy. You don't want to lose these people, because they are your human capital. You paid money to train them, to give them all the knowledge, and they work like a good greased machine. And then you take them out and put them like a diesel engine, put it in salt water, and then you're surprised it's not running, and then I got to kick that engine. It's not working. It still is a diesel engine, and it doesn't run in water. But what do I know, right? Yeah, you can see that bugs me a lot, because I'm really, really unhappy, and I might have to call it a night there and I have to say my goodbyes. I want to work unhappy. It's not worth living then, so I think I have to cut that off there. Yeah. Let's see. I see my driving instructor today. I hope I make an appointment. I might just call the company's insurance and see what they say about business and what to do, how to do. And I might just make my decisions from there. And then I cut it. I don't want to live that such unhappy. You see, if I have already these thoughts, if you just think about quitting, then you should quit, I think. And I mean, I will tell you, you do your stuff. I don't want to be responsible for your life. Sometimes we have to make a fist in a pocket, right, and get through because we have to pay bills. But yeah, it never stopped me from quitting. When I felt so uncomfortable, that's the moment I quit. It's just no work environment anymore. So yeah, I cut that video off, and it's usually more about MX17, right? And my mobile office solution. Let me know, guys. This is it. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye bye.